cure for a nosebleed. A cold knife in the middle of the back.
Welcome, everybody, to the Critical Music Club number 79. It's the All-Rockin Roundtable, a chance for musicians, DJs, music writers, music lovers, and miscellaneous miscreants to meet and talk tunes. My name is Bo, and I'll be your host. It's the condition on the ground on a dark night, a recommended serving style of revenge, and an illness ironically associated when your head is hot. Today, we're discussing the Critic List, cold songs. And for our album discussion, it's an album that has emerged from the vast, lonely sea of time to be a part of the new shifting sands of music. Hypnotic in its essence, in dreams of what has already gone at a time when consciousness emerges. In a sequence, it's a sequel to what never was. Gurav Datta, years into a life lived with intentions yet anxiety. The album is Hoyer. We'll talk about the name of the album soon. It's by Starfish. And to discuss that album, we have the members of the group, old and new, have produced this trippin' mess of electronic and live instrumental bliss. Playtime from last year is over. It's time to get down to the business of discovering their album. Please, everyone, welcome Starfish. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hello, guys. Samba Nota.
Hello.
Hi, hello everyone. Sambat Sano.
Samba Nota. Nice to see you guys. And yeah, we have Stadia. Well, actually, can you just very briefly say your name and what you do in the band?
Okay, so my name is Storia, and I engineered and kind of produced with my friends of Starfish.
Great. And I'll just briefly say, some of you might have saw Stodia when we had him on tour. He plays with Jija's band, the Mongolian reggae artist. So it's nice to see you again, sir, after I saw you last time
Yeah,
in
nice
UB.
to see
So
you.
he's not officially in the band, but he worked on the album. Is that correct?
Yeah, close
Yeah.
associate, yes.
A close associate. Very nice. And now for your other guys, can you please introduce yourself?
So yeah, I'm Amar Tufshin. You can call me Amra, and I play the guitar at Starfish. And yeah, but I'm not the original member. Yeah, we just had like a new formation uh,
We'll
three
talk
years
about the
ago.
past. Yeah.
Yes.
But you worked
Yeah.
on this album, right?
Yeah.
I remember now standing next to you is Temujin, and I've known him for a million years. Back when I used to
Yeah.
live in Mongolia, you used to have the French guitarist, right, in the band?
Me? I play
It
bass.
no, in Starfish, the guitarist was like a French guy, right?
Yeah, Julian and
Julian, that's right.
Kevin. We had three guitarists before.
I see.
They all
Cool.
left to their countries.
Forget it. So, but Temujin, you play bass, and it's so good to see you, sir.
Yeah, you see you soon. Nice to
Cool.
see you.
And also someone who's off camera and has a fine reason for it is Mocha, right? Can you just say hi to everyone?
Hi guys, I'm a violinist and my name is Tata, and
Excellent.
sometimes I sing and piano. Yeah, nice to see you guys.
Thank you so much for joining us. And the singer Amazonka might be joining us later, right? For a
Yeah,
bit,
might be.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
because she's not attending right now because it's the birthday of her daughter. So she's kind of busy with the gift. I'm sorry.
I understand, and maybe your drummer as well. Hopefully, she can join. And she's someone I also have a lot of memories with. And but it was so cool. Last year, I saw them at Mongolia's kind of premier music festival, Playtime, where I got to DJ at a different stage. But as I wrote on Facebook that day, I was going that day to see Starfish and it was so cool to see them after so many years play. But that's what you guys, and we'll talk about some of the other things in the past. We're here to talk about your new album, which I'm going to ask you about in terms of the title, but you're not here alone. We have a full panel of our critics here, and they've all listened to your album and they want to talk about it. So I want you to get a chance to know who they are a little bit. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through the critic roundtable. I'm going to call on everyone. Please just say your name, the city that you're in, and something recent that you've been involved with in the world of music. It could be a concert you attended, it could be a show you performed in, it could just be a song you heard on a commercial. No matter how big or how small, it's all good. Your name, the city that you're in, and something recent with music. Let's start with Dima.
Hello everybody. My name is Dimitri, but friends call me Dima. I am from Lake Baikal. I'm in the middle of the lake on a small island, and today first time in my life I put a speaker on my backpack, a big GBL speaker, put on some hip hop, and went on my motorbike around the village.
Very cool.
Enjoying.
Amga was just in Irkutsk, right? Is that right?
No, just on the other shore of Lake Baikal. Few days ago.
Buryatia.
Yes.
Yeah, my hometown. I am from Ulan-Ude.
Nice.
Very
I visit there often.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. Let's go to Nate, the professor.
Hey guys, so I'm the professor. I'm just south of Boston, and something in music that I'm doing this weekend, every day this weekend. I did 3 shows in the Heights, and now I'm doing an orchestra show later on. And that's about it.
Fantastic. Duth, joining us for the first time. Can you say hello?
Yeah, hello. You hear me?
Where are you?
I'm from Laos. I live in the capital of Laos. I do reggae music now. Yeah, I'm the rebel in Laos, only one. Yeah.
Yeah, Laos is a beautiful country. Just visited there recently. He's got some great music, and it turns out we went to some of the same shows many years ago, and it's so cool that you're joining us, and I look forward to covering more Laos music later. Let's go to Adam with his buddy Eric.
Hello. I've been doing some recording sessions. I'm in Beijing right now. I'm an orchestra conductor for my job. And I do little recording sessions and play a lot of live music around in different instruments and different bands and different genres, and just love promoting and supporting local music and musicians.
And he's on his way to Mongolia. Eric Allen, you're right there. We might as well just say hi, right?
Okay, man. I don't know if you can see me now.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, we can see you
Eric
fine.
Allen. I'm Eric Allen, and I am here with my buddy Adam here, part of the Woodshed Band, and from Beijing. And what have I been doing lately? I just wrote a song a couple days ago that actually I like, and I'm trying to actually bring it up to speed. That's the latest.
Cool. Eric, and he does some great roots Americana music. We covered him on the CMC a couple of weeks ago. People should check out the video. It's really cool. So thank you guys. Lacey, Eric.
Hello. I am Eric. I'm also in Beijing. What have I been doing lately? Thursday, I had a show in Tianjin with my band Kids Factory. Friday, we recorded some vocals. Yesterday and today, I also attended Burger Fest to see the wonderful DJ Bo. Tomorrow, we will both be performing in Shut Up Bar in Beijing.
Very cool. And we'll be covering one of Eric's albums in a couple weeks for the CMC. Someone who I haven't seen for a while is Paulo. Say hello, Paulo.
Hey, I'm Paulo, and I'm based in Manila in the Philippines. I'm finally getting to see the Pixies live next week, which I won't be able to join the next CMC. It's on Sunday next week, but I've been wanting to see them since I was in college. So this was like one of the counts as a musical dream come true. Also, I just recently saw it was on Friday night. Pasta Groove, who I've been talking about with Bo, about getting yeah. I saw him play out in it, like he's moved out to Laguna, south of Manila, and the air is really chill. It's like the vibe is chill out there, but so I've been talking about getting him to come on as well.
That would be great. I don't think anyone here knows Pasta Groove, but it's one of those CDs I got when I was in the Philippines. It took me a while to get to. It's one of the best cut and paste kind of hip hop sample albums done in a super artistic way I've ever heard, and I really want to get him on here. Super, really, really interesting stuff. But thank you for that, Paulo. And it's not, you didn't see the Pixies if Kim Deal wasn't there. Anyway, Dana.
Fair point. Fair point.
Hello. Can you introduce yourself?
Hello. Okay, wow. Totally in the student mode with all the finals coming up. I'm sitting here in the library. So I was born and raised in Mongolia, so this is a very special episode of CMC here today. So I actually played my last show in, I think, late March, and that's when my old band unfortunately broke up. Now I'm just writing music with my friend from Michigan who studies here at Duke, Kunshan, and yeah, still the guitarist, still love music, and well, I'm excited for this episode. Great to meet you all.
Very cool. And yet, Kunshan is a city, it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours from Shanghai, a little outside of Suzhou. There you go. Someone who I haven't seen for a long time, his handsome visage, it's Paul Daddy Bird. How are you, sir?
I'm getting along okay. Hi, Julia. I didn't see you at first. My name is Paul Castle, but I go by Daddy Bird, and I'm in San Jose, California. Used to be in Shanghai for many years, and musically, not much going on. But I did go to a album release show last week by a San Francisco band called Thea. That's really good, nice hard rock band. So that's about it.
Daddy Bird was always a big supporter of some of my projects. Haven't seen it for a while. It's so cool to reconnect, and yeah, do some cool stuff. Very cool. And Monty. Oh, he's frozen. Right when he was supposed to talk. There you go. He's having some connection issues. A lot of people in China are. Oh, you're back. Say hi, Monty. All right. We'll get back to Monty, see if his stuff clears up. If it doesn't, we'll deal with it. That's Monty Rosen.
Can you hear
he's
me?
Probably in Sheng. Yeah, okay, we hear you. We hear you. Say hello.
Because this sounds really bad on my end, but I'm Monty. I'm in Shanghai. I've lived here over 20 years, and I'm kind of an amateur at this music critic stuff. But 2 weeks ago, I was in Dublin and went to see 3 shows in a week. That was really great.
Fantastic. Monty loves to come out, support punk shows, and I think there's a little different.
Now I
That's
don't
okay.
hear anything.
We hear you fine. Zolzaga, we see you. Can you say hello? Can you have your microphone on? If you press the bottom square there.
Hello,
say hello.
everyone.
Hi.
Hi, I'm joining from Mongolia. Nice to meet you.
Cool. And Zolzaga, yeah, she's in UB. You're in UB, right?
Yeah, UB.
And you, in the past, you worked on some playtime things, right?
Yes.
Cool. So she's worked on the festival, and she supports a lot of music stuff. And Julia is sitting in. Just give a quick wave, Julia. Yeah, cool. Other people are sitting in. That's all good. We'll maybe have some time for some other people too. But hey, Starfish guys, that's who've been listening to your album. By the way, let's get to this now. I asked you guys don't help me at all. I'm very, very angry about this. So we already have a big problem. Problem is the name of your album. It could be Nicht, which is 1-1 in Mongolian. It could be 1-1. It could be 2, which is also Hoyer in Mongolian. But they're very opaque, and they're making my life difficult. Tell me the fucking name of your album.
So we actually never thought about calling how do we call this album, because we just go by the album, because we never had any album before, so we just call it the album, you know. And about the name, we came up with like 3 ideas. First one is it's number 2 in the Roman. That means that it's like a version 2 of Starfish. Yeah, Brian has a lot of insight about the past, so it's kind of version 2. The second one is it looks like the number 11, and we have a song called 11 in the album, so it's kind of unique magical number or something. I don't really know about it. And the third one is on any like Spotify or Apple Music, wherever, when you press the play button, it show you it show you our album cover. So yeah, so we don't call this album, I don't know, never thought of it.
I'm happy Paulo thinks this is as funny as I do, and I've been frustrated with this. Yeah. So okay, we'll just call it the album for now. I'm gonna ask. This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna read some facts about the album. I'm gonna interview you guys a little bit, and then we'll have the critics come in and we can ask questions and create a dialogue for it. Got it? Zuero? Cool. So the album by Starfish was recorded initially from June 2025 at the studio for the Bang label. Already Gone was the first single from the album, and the album had its first listening party on November 26th of last year. The album was produced by Stadia, who's sitting right there, and so some of you might have seen touring as a guitarist with Mongolian reggae artist Jija, as I've mentioned. And Amazonka, who's not here yet, wrote the lyrics for the songs, except for Gorovdatha Od, 37 Years, which is a song by foundational Mongolian rock band Night Train. That band, Night Train, is the only one to appear twice on the critic list for this meeting, which is Cold Song. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to play a little bit of a song. Hopefully you'll recognize it. And then I'm going to ask you a question based on it, and it'll help kind of just set the pace and set the mood for it. So here's the first song I am going to play. Let's see. So I don't think most people here will recognize that song, and that's okay, because that's not part of our discussion. But this album that we're talking about now has some very special circumstances, and I want to bring it up. Temujin, can you tell me what song that was?
Hi everyone. this song was the very first debut song of our band. It's the name of the song is LSB. It's the song about sexual minority. I don't know. Lesbian people, maybe homosexuals, and I don't know.
That's okay.
Because the lyrics, I don't really got the lyrics in Mongolian because it was the first lyric of Amazonka of our singer. So, but this song was the first successful debut song of our band in 2000.
Yes. So we don't even need to analyze the song. So that song came out in like 2008. I think that's about right. That's when I was living in Mongolia. My buddy Camfi, here's some background that I can give you, and then I'll get to my question. So I was living in Mongolia, and I was the editor of a magazine. I think it was City Night magazine, and I had the band come do a photo shoot for the magazine cover. And my buddy made a music video for that, and you guys can see that on YouTube. But here's my point. That song came out a long fucking time ago. But only now as the band and releasing its first album. So my question for you that I want to really ask is, why is now the time for Starfish again? And especially Temujin, what has changed since the first time around? Can you speak louder? Yeah.
Yeah.
Юу яасан? Хамаг яагаад отоо гахаар болсон бэ?
За би юу яач одоо орчуулга хэрэгжилж да.
Dana, you can help translate for us, Dana, right?
Yeah,
of course.
Dana, please.
Okay.
Translate.
Yeah, no problem.
Бид ер нь бол нэлээд хэсэг хугацаанд одоо хувийнхаа одоо карьеруудаа жаахан өсөн одоо хуульч хүмүүс байгаа. Маш дагвар хүмүүст байгаа. Тэгээд бид нэр 2023 он хүртэл ер нь бол тусдаа ерөөдөө ямар нэг уран бүтээл хийхгүй байж байгаа. Тэгээд 23 онд Playtime наадад оролцоод Монголын бас нэг том хөшиг фестивальд оролцоод тэгээд бид нар одооны яг энэ тэгээд бид нэр бол ер нь 23 оноос яг өмнө дарга гэдгээ бол яг цоггүй байж байгаа. Тэгээд 24 оны 11 сараас эхлээд ер нь цомог гаргая гэсэн ийм төлөвт ажиллаад 5 он гарсан. Тэгээд ер нь бол яг шууд ихэд бол яг энэ natural flow гэдэг байцаа манаас уусчихсан. Тэгээд хүмүүс жоо гэсэн.
Right. So the question is why suddenly Starfish came back from such a long period of time of absence. And the question is simply there is lots of different people in the band who have their own careers coming up. You have lawyers in the band, you have fashion designers in the band. So in that case, people were very busy with their personal careers. So it caused the band to have a pause. Up until 2021, they played in Playtime, which is one of the cornerstone festivals in the country of the summer. So from then, the band started working together up until 2024, when they really decided to sit down and write an album, and 2025 was the release date of the album. So there we go.
Okay, here's another song I'm going to play, then we'll keep it going. Here's track number 3, Before I Wake Up.
Oh
So this album has a very interesting sound, and it kind of jumps back and forth a little bit. Sometimes there's lots of live looping. Sometimes there's more instrumentation with a lot of dub effects. Some very subtle, interesting effects going on. So my question for you guys, when you're writing these songs, how do you decide if you're going to use loops or you're going to do it with live instrumentation?
It's not much of a loop. About you mean the delay effect on the snare?
So that song that yeah, you can hear that on the snare. But that song seems to have more of a linear live instrumentation sound, right?
Yeah, it was just we were just jamming. I mean, the project title of this song was "Zudni Do," which means that song from a dream or something, because we were just hanging out at Amazonka's place. We were just playing some music, jamming and stuff, and then Amazonka had like I had this melody. From last night. I dreamt about it, and she was vocalizing, and we started to jam. And about that delay effect on the snare, it's about we have this rehearsal room, and we always, like put the mic with some delay and also reverb, of course, and then. The snare sound got into the microphone of Amazonka, and it was funny that the snare between the next snare is kind of far. I don't know. So that's how we got that delay from just naturally from Amazonka's microphone. So we just thought that it sounds cool or something. Yeah.
Like Stadia, there's lots of it seems like there's a dub influence as well. Like the production is very interesting. Can you just talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, the drummer came up with the idea to use the delay. So I play in a reggae band, so that comes natural to me.
Mm-hmm.
So we decided to do it on the record.
Can you just continue to talk? Did you have an idea for the production of this album? Did you really just try to focus in on the band? Like, what did you think about it?
Yeah, most of the opinions are from the band, but I wanted to bit of kind of influence them.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Okay. I'm going to play one more song and then I'm going to open it up to everyone else for questions and comments. Here is Gocho Datho, the song originally by Night Train. Here's a cover by Starfish. The song is quite long and has two parts, so I'm going to jump ahead about halfway through right here. And just very quickly, here's a little bit from the original song. Oh, that's not right. Let's try here. Here we go. And I'm going to skip ahead again right now. Okay, that's the original song by Night Train. So my question for you guys is this, like, the Mongolian music scene has developed quite a lot over the years and it's changed a lot. Night Train, you chose a song from, like the original version of Starfish. Do you have a message you're trying to convey to the audience by playing that song? And overall, do you see yourself performing for the old Starfish fans or new ones, or is it just a way for you to express yourself? Tell me what you think about that.
It's me again, because 2000 DNA, please translate.
Dana, yeah.
Yeah. So бид нар бол бас Шөнийн галтрын хамтлагийн том фэнүүд. Тэгээд одоо 2004 гарсан одоо сэнхэр шоуд томог байдаг. Тэр томог бол бидний бас айгүй хөндлөж авдаг тайр томгууд энийг байна. Тэгээд Шөнийн галтрын хамтлаг одоо анх томог багтаа анхны томог багтаа энэ 37 дууг оруулж амжаагүй. Тэгээд өөртөө бол энэ дуунд маш хайртай. Тэгээд 2022 онд Шөнийн галтрын хамтлаг Томгийнхоо одоо дебютийн тэр томгтод тоглолт хийсэн юм. Тэр тоглолтод бидний өөрсдөө оролцуулахад хамтлагуудыг өөрсдийнхөө дуунуудыг одоо тухайн хамтлагийнхаа одоо урсгалаар coverж оруулахыг санал болгосон. Тэгээд бид өөрсдөө энэ дууг сонгож coverж тэр тоглолтод тоглоод тэгээд хүмүүс бид бас энэ томгтод оруулах гэсэн юм шийдэлт хүрээд ийм план хийгээд тэгээ энэ дуу бас нэлээд дуу яг бол нэлээд одоо хөгжмийн одоо бүтц талаас нэлээд ихтэй. Тэгээ энэ дууг ер нь яаж coverлох вэ гэдэг дээр бид нар зөвхөн нэг дээр нь тогтчоод яах вэ гэдэг дээр хэцүү байхад одоо ерөөсөө найруулах юм одоо юуг байхад манай амраа маань за энэ дээр ийм одоо гитарын татлал хийгээд энэ дээр ингээд дууны өөрийнх нь одоо ууг үнийг хадгалж ирэх хамгийн дуу юм хэлбэр юм байна. Тэгээд энэ дуун дээр илүү одоо энэ дуун өөрөө бол хэлмэгдүүлэлтийн үеийн тухай дуу маш хүндтэй дуу. Тэгэхээр энэ дууны ууг үнийг хадгалж үлдэх найруулахад бас заавал анхаарах дуу юм байна. Тэгээд энэ хэлээд сайн бид нар энэ дууг ингэж найруулж одоо хэлэн баяртай байна.
Яг бас тань үедэдсэн шүү дээ нөгөө найдрынх нь нэг юм Starfish-ын юм байна гэдэг шүү дээ. Тэр гоо за энийг нортуул сайн хэсгээр.
All right. So the Starfish band and the band members, of course, are a great fan of Shunin Galturg, which is the song we just listened to, Night Train, right? It's a band. It's one of the more influential bands in the Mongolian pop rock industry, and the band actually invited or more so encouraged other bands to cover their songs or to put their songs in certain arrangements, right? So the Starfish band was really inspired by that invitation. So they started to pick a song and they started to work on it, but they first picked the name of the song, but they haven't quite figured out how to cover the song, because by speaking of the sheer structural difficulty of the song, it was not very easy to translate it into their own style. But eventually, with the help of Amura's guitar playing, and eventually the vision kicked in. So the first thing they did was they picked the name of the song and the meaning of the song, which really embodies the sadness and the gloominess of political oppression, right? So that was the main thing they focused on. But then eventually, by picking on the song layer by layer, they were able to produce the song in their own style, and eventually it was released on the album.
And yeah, I think
Thank you for that. I'm sorry. Continue.
yeah, I think also Dima has a little bit insight, because during Stalinist purge, a lot of Buryat people just crossed the border illegally to Mongolia to live in a better situation, and then a lot of them has been repressed too. A lot of them have been killed. A lot of Buddhist lama have been killed because of communism. And from the original song by Night Train, their guitarist wrote the lyrics, and he was a descendant of such people, one of those Buryat people. So he was kind of writing about his ancestors, how they suffered and stuff. So we have to like preserve that feeling. So yeah, I think that can be like connected to today's topic, cold song. Yeah.
It's very funny. Oh, I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah. For example, it's if you hear the first part, like the chords get higher, but on the other hand, the vocalization gets lower. So that means that structurally it's really interesting song. So it was a lot of struggle, but yeah, we managed to successfully produce the song. Yeah.
Just speaking on the cultural aspect of it, Demon and I were just working on a project about Buryat culture that we want to do in a few months. But since they mentioned you, Dima, do you want to just respond to that at all?
Yeah, this is interesting to learn about this opinion for me, and I would like to go deeper about learning on that, because it's interesting that you bring up this topic, and I would definitely, as I'm a local guide and I'm like a local guy who like introduces people to this area, I speak a lot about Buryat people and about Buryat culture. I learn a lot about shamanism and Buddhism, and it's interesting that this song touches this topic, and I will definitely go into learning about that. Yes, and Brian has actually a tattoo of a Buryat guy from Lake Baikal who became the first famous Buryat guy in the world of movies. He's like in every encyclopedia about movies, and he's like taught in the universities and stuff. He's amazing.
So we're working on a project for that. We'll continue. We don't need to talk about my stuff, but yeah, it seemed relevant for a moment. Hey, Adam, I see you messing around with your phone there. I have so many questions and comments I want to make, but I want to open it up and let's hear what other people have to say. People are sick of me. Adam, do you have a question or comment you want to make?
Yeah, I just wanted to actually reference the song that we've been talking about here, like the track number 5 on the album. So I didn't know it was a cover. Like when I was listening to everything, there's songs that really kind of stood out to me, but this one is the one that I actually chose to talk about today. I was just really blown away by how the composition, that like the techniques that were used in doing this. Now that I know it's a cover and I heard a little bit of the original, it's even cooler to me the way that they completely changed it and added just really cool musical elements to it. Like it starts on like a 1 chord, and then you're wondering like the arpeggiation of the guitar is like repetitive the whole way through the song, but it doesn't really hit the third tier if it's going to be major or minor. And then the voice is going to make that clear, but the voice comes in on the major third of the 2 chord, which should be a minor. So right away, it just like, wow, it's a very different kind of, like the whole song was a surprise harmonically for me, hearing the way that you guys arranged it. And then it ends like on the 2 chord, which a major, which is a 5/5 in music theory. So it's going to resolve to the 5 chord, but you guys always go back to the 1 chord again. And then like the ostinato of the guitar and the keyboard, like the way that they just kind of are repetitive the whole way through the piece, but the drums groove is what changes everything. Like it goes from like a ballad drum groove to a shuffle to like a driving hip hop beat at the end with like the violin like softly adding and the vocalist like improvising the line more. I just thought it was really interesting the way that you composed it. And after hearing the original, it's even cooler to me that you guys added so many different harmonic elements to the way you interpreted the song. It's a beautiful interpretation, and it's almost like your own original piece of like you've changed it so much. It's just like a beautiful like reinterpretation of the artwork of the original piece. I just wanted to compliment you on the compositional techniques you used for it.
Thank you for that comment, Adam. Hey, do you guys want to add anything about the arrangement that you're able to put together for it, or it's up to you.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Do you want to talk a little bit more about the arrangement for the song, or
Yeah, because also from the original song, I think the best part is that that guitar sound with like dan 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 down, dan 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 dan, and that part was is the best part for me. But I don't wanted to play that guitar. I just wanted to like come up with something different. But as Adam probably noticed that somehow this song is going like half step, half note lower each each bar, and then on the other hand there is the chords which progresses higher, but the vocal is different, and then yeah, so we came up with some different like some guitar parts, and then I don't want to like come up with something that much different. I don't want to like make the song really rich. I don't want to enrich the song because it should be. I just felt like this should be some, the listener should feel some emptiness from this song. So yeah.
Very cool, and that's a very
It is
technical
empty.
question. It's an interesting question. It is a great song. I really like both versions. Dima is saying he likes the cover more. And those questions are fine. And also questions that are more general on the themes are fine too. And I think Zolzaga has a question about just a general theming for the question. Do you want to ask your question?
Hi. If this album were a movie, what genre of movie would it be?
Yeah, I think Timur's gonna answer.
It more like Hitchcock movies.
Okay, yeah. Some suspense. That's very nice. No, not like Beach Amatarte. No straight over romance.
No.
Anything like that. No.
Nothing like
This
that.
that's like a very famous like romance comedy film from Mongolia. I just had a reference there. Okay, let's keep questions and comments going. This is pretty interesting stuff. Lacey, Eric, we talked a little bit about the album before. Do you want to have you have a favorite song or a comment or a question?
Yeah, so I guess favorite song I would say would probably be 11. I thought that was a really cool song. Coincidentally, we were listening to it together earlier, and this guy was saying that he enjoyed it as well. We have never seen my dog react positively to music before, but he was really into it.
Okay, I'm gonna play a little bit of 11 Ronek, and then we'll get some reaction and keep it going. Thank you for that, Eric. I'm gonna cut that a little short. It's really cool. I really love the looping aspect of it. And do you guys want to talk about that a little bit more? And have you considered doing concerts for Hasha Dogs or Nagal concerts or anything like that? It's just a joke. Don't worry about it. You're muted. We can't hear you.
Yeah, you talk about this song, yeah?
Yeah.
The fundamentals, the beats, and that synth was produced by Nimhu, which is he worked as also as a producer on the album, and it's about the number 11, and then like I don't think about Minito is like 11 is my number, and then I don't know if people does that because like if you see on your phone when you see the time, if it's like 11:11, it does mean something special. I don't know. I think Amazonka can explain a lot about this. She's kind of into this spiritual, I don't know, superstitious.
Numerology.
Yeah, numerology, yes. So yeah, about this song, we just wanted to make this song a bit flashy, like a song from a commercial from a really expensive brand person. Yeah.
But it's very interesting how there's the intro track and then the second track is very electronic based with the loops and the sounds, and then the third track is more back to live instrumentation. It's interesting the sequencing on that album.
Yeah, personally, I think that this live instrument era is kind of over. Like personally, I think that way, and we wanted to like include a lot of electronic sequences on this album, but we couldn't. But I'm pretty sure that our next album will be full of electronic sequences, but still deliver a lot of similar energies and yeah, a lot of interesting stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's go to Paulo.
Well, you mentioned that the first song you'd heard, LSB, was written back in 2008, which was the same year as that emergency, the Black Day, with the riots in Ulaanbaatar. So obviously a lot has changed in the country since then. What would have happened if you released the album sooner? Would it have sounded different? Would the textures be different just because the mood in the country would be different? Hopefully Dana can translate that because of the nuance there.
How did you know that there was a riot?
I remember.
How niche
I
it is.
remember that shit. Jesus Christ.
I do my research whenever they assign an album. I look at the context. I look at like the history of the country that the band comes from. So because I want to understand, like,
Yeah, so
what
yeah,
cultural influences are happening.
yeah, it's really great that you noticed that. But you also have to note that 1 month later, on at the Beijing Olympics, Mongolia had its like first gold medal, and it was a huge celebration. I've never seen a greater celebration than that moment. So a month before, on the 1st of July, there was a big riot. The people burned down the ruling party's headquarters, and then also 5 people got killed, shot by the police. And then a month later, Mongolia had its first gold medal, and it just solidified everyone's sentiments to like everyone starts to become like patriots. Everyone is proud of their country. So I was a kid back then. I mean, Timuchin was another kid. I mean, he's old. I'm a kid.
Some of the nationalism went a little too far as well, as I'll just tell you from that. But yeah, we let's just it's interesting to a degree, but like like the let me just ask you, Temujin, like are you approaching songs the same way you did before as you are now?
No. How we work is we still using jamming methods. We gathering on a practice place, so we starting jamming things, and Zonka is listening to them, and Zonka is choosing. This one is okay. I'll do a melody on this thing. We have many like raw materials, and like Estonia or other guys is helping with the production. But since 2013, 3 years ago, when we started playing again, Amra and Bogi joined from our band. So we have now 5 members. So since then we have as you asked, we have another approach for composing music.
Okay.
After all, it's Starfish version 2.
Yeah, it is. Oh yes, that's fair enough. We got that. Let's see here. Who wants to question, comment next? Dana, do you have I know that you really looked up to Starfish a little bit. Did you have a question or comment, or want to mention a favorite song?
Yeah, so I believe the cover song, right? It was played during the Valentine's show. Back in February, I was back in the country, and I was able to see the show from the the balcony seats, and it was a great show. So I want to talk about the very public maybe relationship between Night Train and Starfish. So I want to hear more about the nuances of the relationship the two bands have. So if you could talk about it, that would be great.
За бид нар бас түрүү хэлсэндээ ер нь бол Шөнийн галтай хамтлагийн одоо Цэгэл рүү гэдэг энэ цомог бол хамгийн одоо нэг одоо хөгжим тоглох энэ одоо Евро хамгийн цомог тэр цомог өөрөө одоо ер нь ground breaking гэж хүмүүс хэлдэг нэлээд хөгжинд бол нэлээд чухал үүрэгтэй цомог юм байна. Тэгээ 2004 онд бол ер нь бид нар энэ хатлаг болох энэ хэл бол яа. Тэр шоу гэдэг хамгийн бол манай дүү надад хэлсэн байдаг. Манай дүү бол бас энэ Starfish хамтлагийн анхны бөмбөрчтэй байна гэдэг байна. За тэгээд ер нь бол бид нар бол одоо шинэ гатрын хамтлагийн фэн тэгээд хамгийн хайртай дотны дүүнер нь тэгээд биднэрт бол маш их олон талаар дуртай удууд бол энэ шинэ гатрын хамтлагийн маа одоо энэ баясаах байна, бас гитарч баясаах байна, гитарч төгөлдөр ах байна. За бөмбөрч авахгүй байна, дуучин цэцээ байна. За бас өмнө хамт болж исэн дандаа хадвас бидэрт ингээд аяа олон талаар тусалж дэмжижсэн. Бидний ер нь одоо хамтлаг болохын дээр бол шинэ гатрыг хамгийн тусалсан, бүх юмар тусалсан ийм хүмүүс юм. Тэгэхээр бид нар бол энэ хамтлагтай хамгийн ойрхон. Тэгээ ер нь бол Starfish хамтлагчаа шинэ гатрын хамтарч дуу хийсэн тооны ганц байгаа. Тэгээд тоглолтын дээр нь гэрэл өөрөө киноны дуу гэсэн шинээр шинжил болсон. Тэгэхээр бид нар бол тийм махан дүүрний илүү холбоотой тийм байсан ба. Тэгээд ер нь бол фэнүүд бид нар хамтлагийн фэн гэх мөртлөөс
Right, thank you. Маш гоё ярилт байна. So I might just go ahead and maybe translate the answer. So they said that Night Train is one of the bands who gave out the most helping hand for the development of Starfish. So their core album, Tinker Show, which means the Bluebird album, was one of the most influential sounds for Starfish, and lots of sounds and the ideas of Starfish were maybe based on that album. So the story goes, Temujin's brother gifted him the album, which was I guess a really nice gesture, and he's also talking about how Starfish and Night Train have more of a brotherhood relationship as two bands.
Mm-hmm. Fun fact: this guy's studio also plays with Night Train.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Timo, very cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was happening too.
Last concert of Night Train on a Valentine's Day. So Claudia played as a session member. I don't know the correct word.
He's a very busy guy.
Yeah, he's a bit busy, always busy with the recording and many stuff.
Very cool. I think maybe a last comment question, Paul, Daddy Bird. I think this is kind of a new area for you, new band, new sound. Dana knows about all Night Train and all this stuff. Did you have any first impressions or impressions you want to share?
Well, I don't necessarily have anything intelligent to say, but I really enjoyed the album. I immediately compared it to other similar bands, except the instrumentation, the guitar work and the violin work really had a great element to it. So.
Fantastic. Is the violinist still here? Did she have to leave? Can we just talk to her, Benno?
She said she had to attend to his surgery wounds or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's a very beautiful album. Yeah. I'm very happy we finally got this after so many years, and it's great. I think hopefully you guys will be able to perform more. Just is the band kind of, I know Amazonka is very busy with things, I've sent links to this guys and explaining a little bit about Michelle Amazonka, her clothing line with her sister, and it's just such a big project there. My last question is, what do you see as the future for Starfish now going forward?
We're not gonna stop. So we're gonna work on the second album soon. We're gonna start writing stuff. But you may know that it's really seasonal in Ulaanbaatar, because in the winter it's really harsh, and even the music scene comes alive in spring, and throughout summer there's a lot of festivals, a lot of shows, So that means that there's a lot of inspirations to write songs, and people work together a lot during summer and stuff. But yeah, we can also do it in the winter too. So yeah, I think the next album will be next year or something.
You guys will actually have to come up with a name. It can't just be the album again. Like once you do the second one.
So maybe
that needs to be fixed. And by the way, you guys need to fix this. And by the way, the Zud, the harsh Mongolian winter that comes around and -40. So you guys need to be experts on cold songs, and that's what we're going to talk about next. And these guys even made some cold songs things. So we'll get to that. So we're going to close out the album discussion now, though, before we move to the critic list. So let's just say thank you very much for sharing all about your album, and we'll get some more insight very soon. So you guys stick around for a little bit. We're going to talk about our critic list cold songs, and I might go back to you for some extra questions related to that, especially because these guys sent in lists a bit late, but we'll definitely want to hear from it. So just let me explain very quickly. Our critic list was cold songs, which in coldness, Mongolia, Ulaanbaatar is the coldest capital city in the world, and also in the single for the album, Already Gone, it mentions coldness, so it seemed relevant there. And as always for this list, there's no wrong answers. It's open to interpretation. That's what makes it interesting, is how people can understand it. So I'm just going to throw this out to everyone, just yell it out. When I said cold songs, what were your first impressions? Or did you see anything interesting on the lists from other people that surprised you? Anyone?
Yeah, I would like to say, as an expert in coldness, yeah, when you live in a place like that, like Siberia or Mongolia, you have to really get into cold. You have to love it. You have to, and actually, life is happening in winter here. Like, for example, especially for more northern parts of Russia, winter opens possibilities. Like, for example, roads, like the rivers are frozen, so they are roads, so you can travel. In winter, everything is happening, and life is emerging in winter. And you really have to respect the cold. You have to love the cold, and you have to get along with it, and you have to find a beauty in it, and you have to find all these things that come with cold, like melancholia, depression, sad mood, and you have to kind of learn to respect that, and you have to leave it. You have to accept it, and don't fight with it, and don't say oh, I don't like cold, I don't like cold weather, and it's kind of useless. You have to really get into, and this kind of music is one of the types of music that I really like. Is the music that makes you kind of sad and slows you down, it gives you this kind of melancholic, kind of dreamy mood. So for me, it was easy to come up with songs. I can come up with a lot of songs that
you're an expert on this for sure.
Yeah.
And by the way, your interpretation was cold weather. I never said it had to be cold weather. Could have been cold sickness. Could have been cold ice cubes. In a drink.
Everything cold.
That's how you. I understand why that. I'm a little sad. Duth, the Laotian guy who joined us, who plays in the reggae band, because he comes from a very warm place. Laos is hot all year round. But what he said was, we're having a heavy storm and my internet is dropping. I have to go help rescue people in my village right now. I'll rejoin as soon as I can. So I hope he's okay. I want to send my love to him, but I hope he'll be able to give his interpretation of cold and warmth and things. Any other quick impression from that, from the list, or anyone? All right. Well, that's okay. Let's just get back on track here. I will mention that Night Train has been a big highlight for today. what we do is we compile the songs that appear multiple times, and the only artist that appeared more than once was Night Train, and they appeared twice. And Tsenker Shuvo, or Blue Bird, that song appeared on 2 different lists, which is very interesting. When I saw Tsenker Shuvo, I thought of like the Mongolian folk song, I don't know, da 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 da, but it's a different one. But these guys know that. I used to sing that song for my school kids. Anyway, but the Night Train song is cool too. So anyway, here's what. Actually, let me go to our guests first here and hear about the list. So these lists haven't been published yet because they sent it in. Oh, Julia, while we get there, do you want to comment on the cold? You have a lot of opinions here. What do you want to say? No? Okay. So I'm going to send this in. We'll go to Temujin first. He's the OG, as they say. Temujin, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read your list from 5 to 1, and take a minute or so and just tell me about the rationale or some of the meanings of how you came up with your list. If you want to talk about all 5 very quickly, that's okay. If you just want to focus on your number 1, no problem. Your number 5 is by The Prodigy, Narayan. Your number 4 is by Alton Rorik, who I used to go see at the was it Genghis Pub right by, I remember I used to see them every week. It was amazing. Sounds good. Number 3 is Morchiba, Slow Down. Your number 2, Madonna, Take a Bow. And your number 1, the Smashing Pumpkins, Stand Inside Your Love. Tell me about it. You're muted. We want to hear you.
За очилаарай. Гэхдээ нэг тийм олоод шууд орж ирсэн дуунууд л юм да. Нэг зөндөө гоё дуунууд байна л да. Тийм тийм cinematic юм уу. All function тэр нэг бүгд тэгж нөлөөлсөн юм зүгээр яг толгойд оржсэн хамгийн ихний таван бол тэр юм да.
So, obviously, from the top of the head, there were just so many songs out there. Songs that are cinematic, songs that are more romantically cold. And he just wrote down his top 5 songs that just came into his mind right off the bat. The quickest 5 songs that came into his mind.
Very cool. One question. You post a lot about Blackpink. Can you tell me about your affection for Blackpink?
Right. Recently I started enjoying K-pop music because I have a daughter. She's a teenage girl, so I have to be a superhero daddy. So
he likes the girls, like
yeah, it's a great way to contact girls.
Okay, I just wanted to hear your opinion. It's all good. There's some great Lisa songs, great Jenny songs. It's all good. I don't want to give you too much shit, but it's cool.
Yeah, that's enough information.
Okay, we're going to listen to a little bit of Stand Inside Your Love by the Smashing Pumpkins, and we'll move on. Thank you, Temujin.
It's the greatest guitar solo I ever heard in my life.
Okay, we won't get to the guitar solo this time. I didn't get a chance to prepare. You guys were late with that. I'm good. Are you? This is your list here, the Boogie 11 one. Is that yours?
No, Boogie 11 is the drummer.
Oh, okay. And
I didn't send
Tatsuka is.
anything.
You didn't send anything. So the other ones I have, I'll just briefly mention Amazon. Well, let's see if they make it in time. It would be great if they do. If not,
I
it's
don't think
okay.
they would.
We'll give them some time a bit. Let's get to some of the other people's lists, and hopefully they'll make it, and then they can talk about their lists too. So let's get back to it. I will go to well, we started a bit with Adam. Let's go back to Adam. He started things off. So your number 5, Adam, is Joey Alexander, Winter Blues. Your number 4 is Johnny Copeland, Cold Outside. Your number 3 is a Russian song, which made Dima very happy. A great punk band, Zoko Mu, Winter. Your number 2 is Nat King Cole, the Christmas song, Merry Christmas to You. And your number 1, didn't expect this one, the Pretty Reckless, Cold Blooded. Can you tell me about it?
I love it because it's a mixture of blues and rock, two of my favorite styles, and it has a woman vocalist and a male vocalist, and like they each take turns singing leads, and there's a lot of cool harmonies in the song. And I really love songs where like the male and female vocal line work great together, and the song just rocks. So yeah, that's why I chose that one. So
I have a question.
What's that? Yeah,
I have a question. How
Dima, go
how do you
Dima.
know about Zwookie Boo? How do you know about this band?
I played with the musicians in that band several times. Paul Shahotin, the keyboardist, I played with him multiple times. I played drums with him. And then also Alexander Zhadov, the lead guitarist I played with. Like they're all separated now in different bands. They're in projects around Moscow, but I've played in those two guys' projects. And
that's cool.
Very, very sweet guys. And I never got to meet Peter Romanov, but I really love his poetry and his writing and the influence he had in like the 1980s Soviet Union Russian music. Like they're a phenomenal group from Russia.
Yeah, that's amazing. You know about them and about Pyotr Mamonov. That's crazy.
Yeah, respect to those guys.
So if it's okay with you, I'll play that track now instead of your number 1. Is that cool for you?
Yeah, no problem.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, so
here's a song about Russian winter.
Well, a song about Russian winter. Let me just, while we got the Starfish guys here, let me ask you guys: are you guys influenced much by Russian music? Something's funny for them. I'm not sure what it is, but hopefully it's hilarious. They're busy with something. We'll get back to them. Zulko Mu, Winter, and I'll play that right now. Thank you very much for that. That was great.
Как легко представить зиму, если холод внутри. Как легко возникают сугробы за моим окном. И крики детей царапают коньками следы на стекле. И крики детей царапают коньками следы на стекле. И твердеют следы, застывают у зоры. Как легко вспоминаются покрасневшие пальцы на этом ветру. Покрасневшие пальцы.
Let me ask you, Starfish guys, was Russian music an influence on you guys at all?
Yeah.
Ursky?
I graduated Russian school in Ulaanbaatar. So I know many Russian singers, bands. But
Okay.
for the but for the musically, no, musically to inspire like I don't know, we have no
Not
band,
so
but
much.
there's so many cool bands like Amatori and many cool bands from
Yeah.
Russia.
Was like Portishead like a big influence on you guys?
Yeah. I'm a
Okay, well, we're gonna get back to them. I have a surprise. I just got a special message from someone real special who wanted to comment on things, but I'm gonna save that for a little bit. Let's move on to our next list here. Dana, you're number 5, Chezele, Alone at Last. You're number 4, The Famous Night Train. Utsinkerchuvo, The Bluebird. Number 3, Sign Crusher's Motorist Cold. You're number 2, Lana Del Rey, Shades of Cool. And you're number 1, Cage the Elephant, Cold, Cold, Cold. Can you tell me about your list?
So I was kind of in the hurry to get the list down, so I just opened my Spotify up, searched "cold" on the search bar, and picked the songs with "cold" in their name. Happens to be the songs I've obviously listened to. I was looking for more of a self-explanatory vibe instead of, for example, Ice Cubes. Ice Cubes are cold, but cold is also cold. So yeah.
Cold is cold.
I was actually surprised to find so many songs just share the same name. People out there just write a song, name it Cold, and just release it. So it was kind of an easygoing list. My number 1 pick is Cold, Cold, Cold by Cage the Elephant. So that's 3 colds there. Cage the Elephant is a really unique indie band. It's one of my favorites. So I would say this is their best track. Same for Lana Del Rey. I think Shades of Cool is the best Lana Del Rey track. Ultraviolence is kind of an interesting approach to love in her, essence of songwriting. But then again, the sheer musical harmonies blended with the storytelling, right? Even though I don't agree with a lot of things in the Ultraviolence album, but the way the song is narrated is just so great, and even with the guitar solo, it's even better. So that wraps up my list for me. And yeah, Cage the Elephant, great band.
Yeah, you almost violated one of the very few rules I have, which is you need to love your list. You need to embrace it. Don't just say, well, research it. But by saying Cage the Elephant, Cold, Cold, your favorite song from them and stuff, we're going to accept it. Thank you very much, Dana, and thank you again for doing the translation stuff. I'm going to play Cold, Cold,
Thank you.
Cold by Cage the Elephant, and then we're going to go to Dima. Thank you very much.
Look into my eyes. I've been breathing air, but there's no sign of life. Doctor, the problem's in my chest. My heart feels cold as ice, but it's anybody's guess. Doctor, can you help me? 'Cause I don't feel right. Before I change my mind. Doctor, can you help me? 'Cause I don't feel right. Better make it fast before I change my mind. Well, it's cold, 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 cold inside. Darker in the day than the dead of night. Cold, 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 cold inside. Doctor, can you help me? 'Cause something don't feel right.
Very cool. Dima, let's get to your list now. You're number 5, Madonna, Frozen, classic. Number 4, Faithless, We Come One. Number 3, Portishead, Roads. And so, okay. Well, your number 2 is The War on Drugs, Under the Pressure. And your number 1 is Nirvana, Something in the Way. So we're going to pause, Dima, before we get to yours. So, Julia says Frozen is great. It's a cool latter-day Madonna song. So I am very good friends with a DJ who's from the UK. He's also a record label head. His name is Nick Hawks. And his DJ partner, primarily, they're doing very well in England, is Andy Smith. Do you guys know who Andy Smith is at all? Anyone? No? Okay. Andy Smith was an early member of Portishead. He did all of their sampling and production work. And I know him a bit. And so I sent him a message and I asked him about the song Roads. And he said, unfortunately, he didn't work on that track. There's no samples in it. But he sent me a link to the Rhodes piano on the track. And so he sent me to that guy. And I sent him as well your album, The Album by Starfish. And he said it was pretty cool. He was checking it out. So there you go. Early member reporter said gives it a thumbs up. So I hope that's cool news. And
That's cool.
Dima,
Nice.
sir, back to your Andy Smith, Andy and Nick. I hopefully will be joining the Critic Musical Club later this year. They're very busy with other things, of course, but it will happen. Dima, so sorry for the delay there.
No
Well,
problem.
actually, before we get to you, so do you want to say anything about Portishead and its influence on you guys, Starfish? Anything you can comment on? We can't hear you. You're muted. Temujin, you're muted.
Sorry, Brian. So we had a little bit internet slow connection. Can you please repeat the question, please?
Sure.
Portishead
Portishead, were they, yeah. Can you just talk about, were they an influence on you or your relationship with the music of Portishead?
Of course, because in 2006 or 2007, we had a cover night. We did a cover night by Portishead songs. So Portishead is the biggest influencing band for our music because we are trying to compose trip hop music in Mongolia. I can say proudly that we are currently the only band trying to compose trip hop this kind of song.
I remember Ata Borjagan was doing some stuff with trip hop, right? Ata Borjagan?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was doing some stuff. There's been a few people, but I haven't heard anything they've done for a long time. Yeah. But that's very interesting there. So anyway,
I also want to say some stuff. I didn't send any of these because I think we try to make some trip hop music, and trip hop music in general, it's the energy itself is kind of cold.
Sure.
So that's why I didn't send anything because of nothing here. And about Portishead, the song "Glory Box," probably the most famous song. We used that song as an influence on the song "Already Gone" from the album.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. That's
you can notice some similarities between those two songs. Yeah.
interesting stuff. Okay, Dima, finally back to you, sir. Can you just explain your list?
Yeah, as I said, it's the mood, it's the coldness and sadness and trying to stay warm, trying to find a shelter, from outside, from the harsh conditions, and of course, Portishead is one of my favorite bands in general. Like, their music is just wonderful. Madonna is like from my childhood times. It was like the song that impressed me the most. The Frozen was like I was listening to it all over again. I don't know, it kind of hit me when I was like 16, 18. And yeah, and Nirvana is my favorite band. And this song came up to my mind. It's like kind of this mood of like going through the blizzard, you know, like kind of something like going through like, and it's when I heard the band, when I listened to the album of Starfish, this song that I put on the list just came up to my mind. The Roads, Portishead Roads. It started sounding in my head actually, like from this moment. it just came up to me, you know, like I was like, wow. And I didn't listen to Portishead for a long time. And thanks to Starfish, I kind of brought it back, the memories of trip hop music, and I remember that I really like trip hop, and I started to listen to Portishead, I listened to Starfish. Actually, I was like listening to Starfish album like over and over again. I really liked it. It gave me this kind of mood that Portishead gave me, because some music, you know, just gives you the mood, you know, like this feeling, you know. And Starfish brought it back, what Portishead gave me like maybe like 15 years ago. It's
cool.
Great experience, good feelings. Yeah.
Very cool. So your number one, like we said, is Nirvana, Something in the Way. But do you want me to play Roads?
Yeah,
what do you want me to play?
Let's put it on. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Let's do Portishead Roads.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dima.
Let it be number one on my
next.
list. Yeah, actually.
Oh, okay.
And the production is amazing. And what I like that they perform very calm. They are so.
Just wait.
Oh, can't anybody see? We've got a war to fight. Never find our way, regardless of what they say.
Did you want to add something at the end there, Dima?
Yeah, I just want to say that when they perform live, it's so amazing that it's a concert, it's an event, but everybody are so calm and so like slowed down, you know, like it's interesting.
Yeah. Amazonka's got that vibe too, always with the sunglasses. It's real chill, the singer of Starfish. Anyway, Zolzaga, hey, your number 5 is by Kino. Oh, you just went away. You were there. Okay. Your number 5 by the very famous Russian band Kino. Russia's been another sub-theme. When Your Girlfriend is. Your number 4, there's the Night Train again. Singer Chuvo, Bluebird. Number 3, Pink Floyd, Marooned. Your number 2, Apparat, featuring Soap and Skin, Goodbye. And your number 1, one of the great songs by the Empress. It's Billie Holiday, Gloomy Sunday. Can you tell me about your list?
За ер нь бол энэ 5 дууг сонгосон шалтгаан нь болохоор яг ийм нартай өдөр сонсохоор бүх эдрийг сонсохоор яг ийм бүрхэг болоо явцдаг, бороо орж байгаа юм шиг тийм гонхтой мэдрэмж төрөө явцдаг болохоор эдрийг сонгосон. Тэгээд когда твоя девушка больна болохоор яг ийм жоохон байхдаа сонсдог байсан, ээж аав сонсдог байсан үе. Тэгээд ээж аавын сонсдог дуу байсан болохоор сонгосон. Тэгээд Goodbye бол яг сүүлд нөгөө Dark гээд сериалыг үзээ тэндээс олж авсан дуу байгаа. Тэгээ ер нь бол ийм бүрхэг мэдрэмж төрүүлээд ийм амар сайд болгоод байдаг дуунууд л гэж энэ тавыг сонгосон. Тэгээ сүүлд нөгөө Starfish-ийн хоёр гэх үлээ тэр цомгийг бүтнээр нь сонссон чинь бас яг тийм нартай өдрийг бүрхэг болгодог тийм мэдрэмжтэй дуунууд ихэнхтэй байсан. Тийм болохоор би түрүү яг ямар кино гоор төсөөлөх вэ гэж асуусан байхгүй юу? Тийм л байна.
You're really about movies and kino and movie, and you asked about movies. It's a very big theme for you. That's very interesting. Dana, can you just translate a bit for her?
Yeah, and I'll do it word by word. So she chose she chose these songs because she reminded of these songs would remind her of gloomy days, even on the sunniest, hottest days outside. So, for example, "Когда твой девушка больная," the Russian song, right? This song is from her parents' era. And so because she was listening to her parents being moved by these songs, it was really touching as she was growing up. Same thing with the song "Goodbye," which gives her the similar feelings of gloomy days brought onto a hot sunny day. So she's talking about how powerful these cold songs can be to even shift the mood, contrasting with the weather. So that's that. And she was also talking about how the movie-esque cinematic approach of these cold songs really resonated with her, right? So that's why she went ahead and asked the question, which Starfish songs, which movies. So yeah, there you go.
Well, Zolzuga, let me ask you. Like you said, you keep talking about the movies. If they could do a soundtrack for a director, for some, if Starfish did a soundtrack for a director or a film or something, what would you like for them to work with for film?
So хэрвээ Starfish ямар нэгэн кино тийм урлагийн бүтээл дуу оруул тийм үү, эсвэл тийм киноны саундтрек дууг бичиж болох байсан бол ямар тийм кинонд дуу оруулвал гоё гэж боддог вэ?
За яг шууд хэлэхэр мэдэхгүй л байна. Гэхдээ яг нөгөө сүүлийн цомгийг сонсоход надад яг Тарковскигийн кинонуудад тохирох юм болов уу гэж бодсон. Нэлээд удаан хэмнэлттэй, бас гүнзгий агуулмжтай.
So Tarkovsky.
Yes,
Tarkovsky.
That's right.
Tarkovsky. Маш удаан хэмнэлттэй, тийм удаан хөдөлгөөнтэй тийм дуунууд дуунууд юм шиг санагдсан болохоор Тарковскигийн тийм кино уран бүтээл дуу оруулал илүү тийм ойрхон санагдсан.
Жишээ нөгөө нэг Тарковскигийн кино өөрөө юм удаан байдаг байхгүй юу? Тэгэхээр яг тэр хэмнэлт ингэж таарах болов гэж боддог чи надад Starfish-ийн дуунууд нь. Starfish-ийн дуун бол удаан биш. Тарковскигийн киноны юм удаан хэмнэлттэй тийм удаан тавилттай кинонууд байгаад байдаг.
Okay, I understand it now. So the movies of Tarkovsky have a really slow pace. The movements are slow. So the Starfish songs really might emphasize the movements, the slow, gradual movements of the cinema. So that's why she thinks Tarkovsky's movies would be a great fit.
It's very cool insight. And yeah, with Starfish, you have the visual element of Amazonka's clothing, and you have the music. It would be very interesting ways to see them develop. In a few weeks, I'm doing a project where we're taking a old Shanghai film, a vintage Shanghai film, I should say. I need to correct myself. And we're adding a goth soundtrack to it, and it's interesting. So maybe we can work on doing that. We'll take some scenes, add some Starfish music to it while we're in Mongolia, Tzotzika. And Yeah, it'll be fun. So anyway, very interesting stuff, and I will play your number one song right near. It's by Billie Holiday, "Gloomy Sunday," and then we will get to Lacey Eric.
Sunday is gloomy, my hours are slumberless. Dearest, the shadows I live with are numberless. Little white flowers will never awaken you, not where the black coach of sorrow has taken you. Angels have no thought of ever returning you. Would they be angry if I thought of joining you? Gloomy Sunday.
And I just sent a link. We were speaking of Boryat culture of a Soviet film about Mongolia called Storm Over Asia, where I did an experimental performance video for it. It's there. I think we're going to do a performance in Mongolia. I'll keep you updated. Eric, how are you and your puppy?
We're getting by. We're getting by.
Okay. Your number 5 is Static X, Cold. Number 4, The Queers, It's Cold Outside. Number 3, speaking of movies, it's a great song about the movie It's a Wonderful Life. It's called It's a Wonderful Life, Gonna Have a Good Time. Frank Capra, of course. Number 2, Reggie and the Full Effect, Revenge is a Dish Best Served at Pork Chan's Wook's, which is another film reference. There you go. That's The Wrath of Khan, right? I think that's in there. That's Star Trek The Wrath of Khan.
Yeah.
Yeah. And number 1, the Lawrence Arms, The Slowest Drink at the Saddest Bar. You and your doggy Gogo, please tell me about it.
So the first two obviously were very or number 5 and 4, I suppose, were very on the nose. They have cold in the name. Next, I've moved towards puns because I'm a big fan of a good pun. While that wall is being destroyed, I'll just jump straight ahead to number 1.
I can hear it being destroyed on this side.
From the other side, yeah. Song number 1 just sounds to me like destruction in a apartment. Cool. I'm done talking. Gotta go deal with that.
Here's your number 1. It's by the Lawrence Arms, The Slowest Drink at the Saddest Bar. Thank you for that, and then we will get to Paulo.
My eyes open to the emptiness. My face is nothing but crooked lines. I guess somewhere I really fell behind. My feet cold against the bathroom tile. Took a shower just to pass the time. My mind is full too much to figure out. Walk through the snow to a bar where there's no one I know. Drink slow, with nowhere to go. And when I leave, I'll be singing this song. Summer's gone, carry on. I'm a ghost in the dawn. I was lost on the airplanes, but I was high on the fast trains. My heart was a bird in a small cage, and I was drunk on the radio waves. I was drunk on the radio waves.
And I will mention that Eric plays. He plays in a few different bands in Beijing. One of them is Hot Piss. Well, some guys are mentioned here, and they will be featured on the Critical Music Club in a couple weeks. So along with them and Fuck Your Birthday. We'll have a China expat hardcore double dose. If you can imagine such insanity all in one meeting, yes, it's going to happen. So you can look forward to that. Hey, Paulo, you're number 5. This was an interesting choice. Blondie Rapture. You're number 4, Ladytron Soft Power. You're number 3, Berlin, the Metro. Number 2, Ultravox, the Frozen Ones. And you're number 1, Air. How does it make you feel? Tell me about it.
Okay, there's a Tagalog word called manhid. It literally means numb. So like if part of your body goes numb, but when you use it emotionally, you're talking about like being emotionally constipated. And that was what my starting point for when I heard Cold. I wanted songs that that sort of sound like someone's holding back, but deliberately. And that was sort of my launching point. So I went with some of these 80s new wave era songs that have very icy vocals. But then for my number 1 choice, I went with something with a robot singer, which we're sort of familiar with now because of like TikTok videos and the auto narration. But that actually sounds lifeless, whereas this manages to have a synthesized voice, but still sound deliberately. Well, here, let the song speak for itself.
Very cool. Yeah, well, Air, how does it make you feel? Yeah, like a lot of those early 80s songs are about disassociation, right?
Yeah.
When you listen to Gary Newman, when you listen to a bunch of those groups, Berlin is included in there for sure, yeah.
More than any other list, this was probably like the list I had to narrow down most. Where I had a starting of like 20 songs because this it's a theme I liked a lot. Cars by Gary Newman was on the long list before I narrowed it down.
Interesting stuff. So, Air, how does it make you feel? And then we're going to get to Daddy Bird. Thank you, Paulo.
I am feeling very warm right now. Please, don't disappear. I am spacing out with you. You are the most beautiful entity that I have ever dreamed of. At night I will protect you in your dreams. I will be your angel. You worry so much about not having enough time together. It makes no difference to me. I would be happy with just 1 minute in your arms. Let's have an extended play together. You're telling me that we live too far to love each other, but our love can stretch farther than the eye can see. So, how does this make you feel?
Zolzago was mentioning films before. That just feels like the movie Her, right? Which was filmed largely in Shanghai. So, yeah, there you go. Hey, Daddy Bird, you're number 5. Bob Marley coming in from the cold. And you're number 4. Styx, Snowblind. I was spinning a Styx song a couple days ago. Well, Blue Collar Man, Renegade. That's the jam right there. You're number 3, Moscow, Warm Piss in a Cold Shower. I never heard that before at all. That was an interesting find. You're number 2, The Crux Shadows, Winterborn, The Sacrifice, and you're number 1, Drew Grove, Colder by the Minute. Tell me about it.
Drew Grove is a musician from Portland, Oregon, and I've known him for 25 years now. And it's a song he put out in the aughties, and I really enjoyed it. Then I remember he did a live version that was really special, and had his bassist on backup vocals singing really enthusiastically. That made it something extra special. So that's the first thing I thought of when you mentioned Cold is Colder by the Minute. Song I've always loved. And Winterborn by Crew Shadows is another band. I saw in Portland, but they're from Florida, and they're a goth band that's played festivals in Europe. But I saw them in a tiny club in Portland, which is how I prefer to see bands. And it was really special to be up close to them. Let's see, warm piss in a cold shower. I was searching for songs and came across that one and loved the title. And it turned out to be a fun techno tune. So I liked that. So I didn't see any reason not to include it.
Fair enough. And Snowblind, Styx,
it's an old classic by Styx. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, let's play a song by your friend Drew Grow, Colder by the Minute, and then we're going to get to my list and we'll finish it out real nice. Thank you very much for that, Daddy Bird.
Thank you.
Very interesting song. Look forward to listening to more of his stuff later. Let's get now to my songs. Hey, it's me. So I try to descend into coldness and end by an invitation back into it, to get out of it. So my favorite blues singer is Big Joe Turner. It's right over my heart. The Chill Is On is one of his great songs. And so the chill is starting, like that it's about a relationship starting to go bad. Number 4, Killer Kane Band, Mr. Cool. So it's almost sitting there more. By the way, Killer Kane was the bassist in the New York Dolls, and he moved to California after the New York Dolls finished, and he recruited a vocalist who became Blackie Lawless of Wasp. So it's an early Blackie Lawless song before he did Wasp. Number 3, Modest Mouse. Now we're really getting into a cold song. Modest Mouse has just so many very just strong songs, and this is a great mood piece. The vocals come in at the end with the cold part. Number 2, I've told the story, I've written about it, but I took a winter bus from Darkhan or Ulaanbaatar to Bayanogi by bus. And it was during the winter time, and it was frozen, it was cold, and they didn't really treat the foreigners so well on it. And basically, I was stuck looking out the window, and I listened to the Residents and their album Eskimo, which is it's an album without any words. There's a made-up language, and it's about living in the Arctic. But it tells a story just by the sounds. The Residents are a very experimental band from San Francisco. It's one of the more powerful music impressions I've ever had is listening to this album, looking out to the winter in Mongolia, looking out. Number 1, Joni Mitchell, Coming from the Cold. Joni Mitchell is one of the great songwriters. This is one of my very top songs of all time, and it's not a song that I would normally find. This is a song that really kind of pushes the idea of like a greatest hits. I found it on a Joni album, greatest hits album. It's a latter day Joni album song, and she's got so many songs and so many records, and her live albums are amazing. And so to comb through it is a lot, and this is an epic song, And it's one of the most beautiful and perfect songs I've ever heard. I'm going to play it right now, and then we're going to finish it out. It's Joni Mitchell, Coming from the Cold.
Back in 1957, we had to dance a foot apart. And they hawk at us from the sidelines, holding their rulers without a heart. And so with just a touch of our fingers, oh, we could make our circuit beat explode. All we ever wanted was just to come in from the cold. Come in, oh, coming from the cold. Ooh, come in, coming from the cold. We really thought we had a purpose.
The song's epic. It's more than 6 minutes long, and the way that it reaches into the theme and out is just astounding. It's beautiful. Hey, thank you to our critics for your Critic Lists. Yeah. Very much appreciated. Thank you, Starfish, for sticking around, and really appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you guys in Mongolia. Next week for the CMC, we have one of the foundational punk bands of China called Brain Failure, and they're going to be playing a ska festival that I co-produced in Hangzhou in a couple weeks. If you have friends that you would like to be critics, I would love to have them join. It's good to get a variety of people. If you have bands you want to see covered, happy to connect with them and get them on the list. We've got a whole bunch of stuff, but happy to get more. And appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. And help spread the word. Put out the YouTube video. It's all good. Thank you so much, Starfish, guys. And
thanks, Brian. Yeah. Thanks, everyone. Thank you for your
as
time.
they say in Mongolia, Dara Otsi.
Please share our music in all platforms.